Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Rough Draft Sportscast. I am your host, Damon Kennedy. Before we get into this thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can become one of the RDS gang. If you're already a subscriber, then y'all already know. So, Derrick Henry got himself a nice big bag from the Tennessee Titans right before the 4 p.m. franchise tag deadline to the tune of 4 years, 50 million M's, which sounds great. But as I always tell you guys, the most important part of this deal is the guaranteed money. So let's look at it. Derrick Henry got $25.5 million guaranteed over the first 2 years. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why this deal is perfect for both sides. Number 1, Henry gets 2 years of security without having to deal with the franchise tag. And what's most significant is that Henry actually got a few more M's in guaranteed money than he would have gotten with back-to-back franchise tenders. Number 2, the Titans have cemented their 2 main pieces in the backfield in Henry and Tannehill with relatively team-friendly deals that allow the Titans some outs within 2 years if this team cannot live up to the expectations placed on them from last year's trip to the AFC Championship game. Number 3, this allows Henry a two-prong attack after 2 years. If he can maintain his production levels, then he can attempt to secure a new deal with the Titans for another round of guarantees. Or he can attempt to force a trade once the guaranteed money is gone and he wants to change his scenery at only age 28. Number 4, this puts Mike Vrabel squarely inside of a 2 to 4 year window to produce success. After a Cinderella playoff run last year, the Titans will now be expected to repeat that feat, at the very least win their division, where their stiffest competition comes from Deshaun Watson and the Texans, which will be an interesting team to watch this year after the loss of DeAndre Hopkins and the subsequent moves Bill O'Brien has made this offseason. The Colts have a solid roster, but an aging quarterback in Phillip Rivers with no full offseason to learn a new offense. And the Jags, well, that speaks for itself. So ultimately, this division title should be the Titans to lose. And number 5, let's be real. By age 28, Henry will have amassed close to 1,200 carries, and hypothetically, by that point, we could expect to see a decline in his production, and the Titans will undoubtedly be in the mix for drafting a shiny new running back to replace Henry, because the NFL has shown that it's easier to get a rookie running back, even in later rounds, that can make an immediate impact on the field and not on the cap. So, eventually, the Titans will have to move on from either production dips or new contract demands. So there it is. Henry secures a big bag, and the Titans secure at least 2 more years of Henry at his peak before it'll be time for both sides to decide on the next move. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Was this good, bad, or indifferent for the Titans, and mostly for Derrick Henry? Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.
Rough Draft Sportscast.